Hello, welcome to Always Sides Podcast, where I, your host Malia, and co-host
Benjamin,
will be reading and discussing Reddit stories. Our first story is...
am I the asshole for not going to dinner because of my mom's boyfriend? When I, 25 male, was a full-time student, I lived with my mom. During this time, she got a boyfriend who treated me two different ways. Well, when my mom was around, and horrible when she wasn't. I'm talking throwing beer bottles at me, telling me I'm a freak and a failure, and more. Since he treated me well when she was around, my mom had a hard time believing me. Ultimately, this led me to drop out to get away from them. Since then, my mom and I have worked to rebuild our relationship, and I've made it clear I don't want a relationship of any sort with her boyfriend. It usually works out that I'll help all major holidays, and so she'll celebrate them with him. Then, when I have a day off, we do something together. Christmas was supposed to be no different. This year, she decided to have a private celebration with him and a family dinner when I'm off. I have one day off between Christmas and New Year's. When her boyfriend found out that it was a family dinner, he insisted on coming. I told her that it was fine and that I'd drop off her and my family's gifts sometime that day. She insisted that I stay for dinner, that my fam is coming to see me anyways. I told her I'm not going if her BF is there, and that I've been abundantly clear about having no relationship with him. She's been insisting that I don't have to have a relationship with him to go to that dinner. And I said, I don't care. I don't want to spend the only day off I have this holiday season with someone who makes me sick. My family has stepped in to let me know that since my mom is hosting, she can invite who she wants. I've repeatedly countered that. I can also decide that I don't want to go because of who she's invited. Am I the asshole here? What are your thoughts?
Is she the asshole for not wanting to go to a dinner? No. She didn't want to go. She didn't have to go.
He.
Oh, him?
Yeah, am I the asshole for not going to a dinner because of my mom's boyfriend?
No.
So basically, him, the 25 male, his mom's boyfriend, abusive, throwing beer bottles at him when he was younger. He didn't like it, so and such, had a bad relationship, and he only gets one day off from Christmas and New Year's, and he was going to spend that with his mom until he found out that basically she's invited the boyfriend, which he doesn't want. So he's now decided that he's not going.
Yeah, no, he's not an asshole.
I don't think he's the asshole.
He stated why, and everyone else is trying to force it upon him.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't in the beginning, and now they are. Now they're trying to just force the relationship. There's no need for that.
Yeah, I mean, keep your boundaries, of course. It is the healthy thing to do. Going there could completely change that. It's interesting to think that the mother doesn't believe him. Like, why would you make such a thing up? Or why would you, surely the mom thinks, because the mom doesn't believe her, or she doesn't think that was the case, you see. But it is interesting, but either way, don't think he's the asshole.
They don't believe you at all. They never do. It's because they trust the adult. They never believe the child.
Yeah,
happened to me.
True. Yeah.
Happened to everybody. Happened to Sarah. Happened to everybody.
Anyway, so our next story is...
Am I the asshole for getting mad at my friend because he photoshopped my wedding pics? About a month back, my husband and I got married. We had this very small church wedding with just family and friends. My friend, David, is a professional photographer and is kind of famous in our city for his amazing work. When I told him about my wedding, he offered to do the photos for free as a wedding gift. Yesterday, we received the wedding pics, and well, he's edited the heck out of my face and body. First thing I noticed was that he made my waist smaller to get that hourglass appearance. The next thing he did was edit my rather pointy nose into a smaller button-like one. In some pics where my side profile is visible, he's edited out the dorsal hump. What the hell is a dorsal hump? I don't know
what a dorsal hump is.
Can you Google that? I'd like to know.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Dorsal hump.
What we got?
Also like my nose? Oh my god.
Kind of like your nose, but kind of just like a pointy nose.
The end result still looks like me, but also like every genetic Instagram model you see online. I quite like my nose, and I quite liked the way I looked on my wedding day. So I called him up to ask if he had the unedited versions of these photos, and he said he's already deleted those. I told him that he shouldn't have just photoshopped my wedding pics without asking first, and that he ruined the whole thing. He said that he only made subtle changes that most of his clients ask him to do, and that's why he was being proactive in my case. I told him that it was very stupid to assume that everyone likes/wants the same thing. He didn't think he was wrong and said that he was trying to do the nice thing and that I was being ungrateful. I told all of this to a common friend, and she thinks I'm overreacting because all he did was, quote, make you look prettier. Nah, she's not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'm gonna be like, but you shouldn't be editing photos without talking to people, especially deleting the originals too. Even a professional photographer would not delete the original after editing them. You would send the edited out, see if they like them, but also send them the original. You're not gonna just send them the edited. Like,
I mean, the way he edited the photos or the way he did it.
The nose isn't that much of a problem, but it's the waist thing I think that's worse. Photos, you gotta send them all. Why would you delete the original? That's especially without checking. At least checking, be like, hey, you like the photos? What else could I do? Like, guy got a little cocky there. I don't think she's overreacting. He changed major parts of her body without
true.
That's not usually what you're supposed to edit. You're not supposed to edit the bride. You edit the surroundings. No?
No, that's true. I mean, despite the wife getting mad or angry and supposedly being ungrateful and quoting that, makes you look prettier. They just wanted photos at the end of the day. And he offered to do photos for free. Bear in mind, it was for free. Yeah, if they haven't asked for, oh, can you edit this? Can you edit that? Don't do it. So I wouldn't necessarily say not the asshole, but
I don't think she's being an asshole.
Not really. I guess it's her big day, so she kind of wants everything to be as organized as possible. Imagine your big day and then someone who's taking photos just ruins it.
Well, this is like a week after.
Yeah, true. But a week later, you got the photos you wanted, and it looked nothing like what you actually thought it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah. Given her point of view, because they didn't really ask for it to be done, did they?
No, they didn't. But see, I understand editing stuff around the scenery. Wouldn't mind that either. Edit what you got to edit. But when it comes to the person's body, I think you need to leave those be unless it's been specifically asked by that person. Hey, get rid of this, 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 and this.
No, that's true. It doesn't make sense why he'd do such a thing. Like they said in there, like just because other clients like it doesn't mean they will. Everyone's different. So, I mean, other than that, there's nothing really much more to say. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out our social media at Always Sides. There are more audio formats available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.